Hello, this is Dave and Mike with Room and Board. Today we are talking about the Berkeley bed, part of our very large Berkeley collection, which is very popular. Today we're doing a bed with storage drawers that come out of the footboard. It's a very basic assembly, really easy. Mike and I are going to go over each step. Pretty much it's very similar to some other beds that we've currently sold. Just a bolt with nut style attachment of the footboard and headboard, and we'll go from there. The assembly of this bed is just like everything else. What we're going to do is put on our headboard, and we want to start it off with the U shape just like this. When we get down to the footboard is where it gets a little more interesting. What Mike's doing right now is going to show the hardware, which is a half moon washer and a nut. Very simple. So what we're going to do right away now is we're going to lift up the footboard and slide it into place. Very simply putting the bolt in through the hole and lining up with the two dowels. Really easy to slide right in. Then what Mike's doing now is sliding over the half moon washer and attaching the nut, which gets this little wrench that will be supplied with the bed. Very tough to get any other tool in there besides the little wrench that it comes with, so you want to make sure that you find that in your hardware pack. But it can be a little difficult to get that nut in there. There is not much room for your fingers. You kind of have to slide the nut in at a little bit of a tight angle. So what we noticed was you can slide the washer in afterwards because the washer has a little cutout, just to give you that much more room to move around in there. So what Mike did now is just slid the washer in and can tighten it down finger tight, and then you can use the wrench to get it the rest of the way. You want to crank on that pretty good to make sure it's snug. Once you have the U shape of your bed made, the two side rails and the headboard, what you want to do is get your drawer box inside of there before you put the footboard on. So now that our bed is fully set up, we're ready to lift the drawer box into place. So what Mike and I are going to do is each side of the bed, we're going to lift this up. There's guide pins which lock into cam locks down here once we slide it in. Then there's very simply 4 bolts, 2 for each side. They're going to go into pre-drilled marked holes on each side of the bed. Very simple. So really right now Mike and I are going to each grab one side. We're going to make sure that our glides are all the way back. If they're not, they can end up banging the front part of the footboard. So what we're doing is each just lining up our cam holes, sliding it in, and we're locked in. And what we're going to do is we're going to put a bolt in each one of these, which takes a second to get lined up if you're not quite level. Once those are in, we're going to tighten up our cam locks and move on to sliding the drawers in. So the cam system on this bed is very easy. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a very small arrow. That's where the hole is in the cam that's going to line into the pin. So Mike's easily just going to give it a half turn, crank it down, or a full turn, 3/4 turn. That's it. As soon as it's tight, you're done. So now that our drawer box is assembled, Mike is going to put the drawer in. What we're going to do is make sure that the left drawer goes on the left side. You can tell that by, there's a large overhang that matches up with the corresponding side of the bed. So large overhang on the left goes on the left side of the bed if you're looking at it. Okay, so this is our completed Berkeley bed with 2 storage drawers. You can see it's very easy. We notice it's a very sturdy bed. You'll have more slats than this, but it's a normal setup like every other bed. We're going to set the mattress on, show you what it looks like finished. And that's it for the Berkeley bed. Mike, is there anything you'd like to add for this one?
No.